Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to tell you a little story related to me and experiment on a different video this time. I've been hunting a jobs for some time now, and interviews and responses of companies have been an experience by itself. So you basically receive no response at all, or just a no with no explanation or whatsoever. But the non-responses win for a large margin. I actually recently had an interview, and it was very interesting method, and it was for an internship. But basically, end up being fine because the people who interviewed me was super nice, super different experience. But this really made me remind of my worst experience on an interview, which was for an internship too. So I started to work on a place that has nothing to do with the area I wanted a job. But a girl needs money, so I end up being there. The thing was, since I made so many applications before, I was not waiting for a company to reach me out, but it ended to be the case. So they called me, and it was a really weird phone call. I was at work, and it made it a little time to answer the phone, and the guy who called me was super confused, and the questions he made were super confused, and I was confused. I guess nowadays the process starts with a phone call and then maybe an interview. In this case, it was just some weird answers from the person on the phone, and after I managed to schedule an interview, remind you that I have to go late to my job to that interview. But to be honest, the, from the weird phone call, I just should know that it wasn't going to be the best idea. On the day of the interview, I was feeling okay, not with a lot of hopes, but I was trying to prepare myself for the interview, which is always a struggle. I got there, I waited a little bit because I arrived early as per usual, and the interviewers entered, and they seemed nice, which, like I said, they seem nice. It got a little bit weird, same as the phone call, and even with that man was super confused, and I was even more confused with him. You know, when you apply to a certain job or internship, you're supposed to apply for like that position on that area. In this case, it was for an design internship, so I thought it was very clear what I wanted to do because you need experience to enter the market. Therefore, you do internships. I also know I have a large skill sets on the other areas, and we all know that you need to have a lot because on the jobs you do, you need to know a lot of things other than the things of your position or area. So I thought, I have a lot of skills that might be useful because I know animation, I know video editing, I know design, I know illustration. But no, the man thought he didn't really know what to put me in. Like, I didn't really understand. I even did not understand my degree. Because for your information, like animation, digital animation here is something very, I would say, a new thing in here. Like, the man really didn't understand. He tried not to understand, even though I explained to him what it was. So basically, the interview was very unpleasant and got to a point that I just wanted to get out of there, and because it seemed like they trying to humiliate me. Like, I didn't really understand what was going on. They focused a lot on my degree, which, comparing to the last education I had on, it was design. It was not like a digital animation, and the job position was design because like I recently finished my course in design and I was trying to apply for an internship so I can have more experience. And somewhat the man still was struggling. Like, I don't understand where I'm gonna put. Maybe I can put you in this, or maybe I can put you in that. And I'm like, well, I'm here for the design position. So, but yeah, I should have done what I thought, which was to leave, because at that point I thought, I'm wasting my time. I'm going late to my job, getting late of my job as well, because I tried to schedule this interview and literally is going nowhere. They're not planning to put me in any position. They're not planning to do anything with me. At that point, it seems just like they were having fun. Not fun in a way they were fun trying to talk to me. I think they're just like, I don't know. They said they needed the interview so they could know where to put me in. And it was, they keep trying to humiliating me. I don't want to go on details. At least it was what I felt. And for the final act, which really made things even better, I mean, was that the man basically said to me that, don't you think you're too old? Normally I have people like starting on their 20s coming for internships, not like people like you. Like, remind you, I'm just 27, but like I've studied for almost my 20s, so yeah, that was great. Made me feel really great. And at that point, I was really my last straw to the interview, which I said nothing else at the end. I just literally let them finish the talk and left the place. Honestly, I wish I had the balls to say to the man that he was the one old, because couldn't even understand anything I was saying, and I'm not that old to do an internship or to change field if I feel like it. I feel like nowadays people change a lot on their fields, and in your 20s is super hard to trying to figure it out. What are you gonna do with your life? So for him to say, don't you think you're too old to come for an internship? That was just so out of edge. And like, I left that interview, and that comment really affected me, because I felt like, okay, I'm too old. Maybe like I have done nothing with my life that important, or I'm just like confused all the time. I don't know. But like, at the same time, I thought, well, who the hell wants to work in a place where people trying to make you feel bad? Like, literally their loss. I still didn't figure out the point, and I didn't even figure it out. If they were confused on the phone call, they should have never called me for an interview, because at that point it just makes the interview pointless. But it's beyond me. Sometimes I think about that like a learning experience, and yeah, that was it. So you guys, if you go to interviews, I know it's super hard, but just don't let yourselves to be intimidated. Like, one thing is to make a lot of questions because of the position. Others trying to make you feel bad for no reason. I mean, they could have been probably like super confused, but I don't think it justifies the behavior, because I was just like ready to make answer questions about what I know, what I could offer, but at that point it was just like super confusing. They didn't even know what to ask. They just like didn't understand my degree, and trying to put me on a positions that I didn't apply for. Like, I applied for design, and that's it. I don't know. They were trying to put me in doing scripts or video editing. I mean, nowadays designers are even also video editing, but okay, whatever. It's just an interesting experience. I really hope you enjoyed kind of my little rant, I would say. Also, that interview I mentioned on the beginning, it went well. I've heard from them, and I'm waiting for the approval of the internship. So it's great. It was really weird because I was not ready for like something super fast, but it happened. Either way, let me know if you guys enjoy this little like rants or like kind of storytelling kind of videos, so I can do more maybe. Thank you so much for watching, and please let me know some of your experience on an interview, like if you have a worse or a good interview experience. And I hope to see you on another video. Bye.